This tutorial is part of a YouTube course playlist and a Udemy course. You can access the first phases of this course on YouTube or the whole course at Udemy. Links to both can be found in the video description. In addition to our application utilizing environment variables, we can also pass in environment variables into our Docker environment from the .env file. So let's take a look at now changing this sensitive information which we currently have within our Docker Compose file. So currently we're storing the username and password of the database within inside our Docker Compose file, which isn't necessarily the most secure way of storing our username and password or defining the username and password here in this file, because this file might be utilized in version control. We might accidentally make this available to other people, and then of course they find out the username and password. So we can now go ahead and change this. So Docker will allow us to, or will load in environment variables from the .env file. So let's go ahead and add some, remove that. Let's go ahead and add some new key values here. So let's go for a Postgres user. And then in addition to that, we probably want to also have Postgres password. So that's going to be for Docker. And we could also define the database name here. And we won't need to necessarily do that because we will create that in a slightly different way. But let's just go for the username and password. So that's going to be Postgres. And the password was also Postgres. So now back in the Docker Compose file, we have already removed the environment variables there. So let's go ahead and define, in no particular order, the environment file. So here we can specify a file name, which we can then load in environment variables. So let's go for this. So we need to specify where to find it. Now it's going to be relative to where this file is, this Docker Compose file. So that's where the .env file is. It's in the same, or at the moment, it's on the same, in the same directory. So we use dot to refer to the same directory. And then now we refer to .env. So that's where we're going to find the file, the .env file. So this is just a reference to say, okay, the .env file is relative to this file in the same directory, and it's right here. So Docker is going to read in this case, the username and password.